So we'll need 4 of 7, Trevor, for quorum. So it looks like we'll just need to wait and see if we get one more member before we begin.
Okay. Oh. It's Rachel. Morning, Rachel.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Okay, so we have a quorum. We have 4 out of 7. So we'll do a call to order. There's Shannon here as well. Morning, Shannon.
Good morning. Sorry, my finger and my mute button weren't working at the same speed.
Not a problem. So we'll call the meeting to order. It's 8:02. So right now we have, thank you. So we'll call to order. So Tony Bell and Megan Fisher are absent at this point in time. To note the file, just a moment of reflection, please. Thank you. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof from any board members? Good, thank you very much. There's a quick note here on the minutes about public participation. Members of the public are encouraged to provide the board with their comments and questions. Presentations must be prearranged with legislative services before the agenda is released. Presentations are limited to 10 minutes and deputations are limited to 5 minutes. The public is currently unable to attend board meetings due to provincial restrictions. If a member of the public wishes to make a deputation on an agenda item, they may do so remotely via phone or internet. Members of the public wishing to make a deputation must register with legislative services in advance by 4 p.m. on May 18th by contacting the deputy clerk at meaford.ca or 519-538-1060, extension 1100. The public can watch this meeting live via the municipality Meaford's YouTube channel at www.meaford.ca.youtube. Oh, sorry, .ca/YouTube. Just a quick note there for everybody on the board. We don't share our links for people to come on. Okay, we can watch them via YouTube. Just a quick note, Hannah and other municipal people who make this happen behind the scenes. I'm not sure who the gentleman was that does the recording and set everything up for us, but probably don't say this enough, but thank you very much for letting us hold our meetings and arranging this for us. So at this point in time, there are no presentations. Approval of last week's minutes. Has everybody had a chance to review those? Any comments on that? Good. Would anybody like to first those? David Allen, Rachel Gorman, first. Everybody vote yes. Susan, I can't see you. Yes. Everybody approve? Susan? You're muted, Suzanne.
I vote yes.
Okay, good. Passed. Thank you. Okay, so this is actually not much on the agenda today, which we'll see how it goes, but items for consideration. Friday afternoons in the Market Square. So Dave, you want to take this over?
Sure. Yep. I just wanted to start off first, and if you've been down to the Red Apple, there are some pictures, some historical pictures there, and it's actually a group of people skating where we're going to hold our markets, and they've got Meaford Hall in the background. So Meaford Hall, I don't know if everyone knows this, but it was really the center of the town. It was administration, it was the police force, it was the jail. When I was standing there measuring out the site and working on parking and all the rest, it really struck me that, you know, in a strange way, we had actually come full circle. We were back in Market Square the way we had started, and here we were coming right back and doing it all over again. So I just wanted to share that just for fun. Rachel and I have been working on the social media. We have shared the links for, I believe, for Facebook and Instagram. And currently the messaging there is an invite for vendors to make an application. And there are some meatier things down here, so we'll get to it next. Rachel, did you have anything to add to that for the social media? No? Okay.
I can add to social media. Just to fill everyone in, I wasn't here last month. Our social media has launched, as everyone has seen. So far, as of yesterday, there were 24 followers, but I expect this to continually grow as we continue to post. The posts have been revolving around the Market Square event and a call for vendors, as well as things like wishing people of Meaford a happy Mother's Day. So things around events. Here's my daughter. Hi, May. Let me find myself on the page.
Okay, she doesn't get a vote, you know.
There is one thing to note. So, and I take responsibility for this. The Meaford BIA social media was meant to be, as I understood it, a Meaford BIA social media that aligned with our mission statement, promoting local businesses, supporting the growth of the revitalization of downtown and promoting Market Square. It was, however, launched as a Market Square BIA, and we're since changing this. So our social media manager has submitted a change. Instead of our social media to be labeled as Meaford Market Square, it's going to be labeled as Meaford BIA, and we'll be actively promoting social media. And so this change takes some days to happen, and our social media manager, Andrea, expects it to happen any day. I haven't logged on yet this morning, but it's possible that that's already changed. And so when that change does happen, we'll be posting about things like what is the Meaford BIA, who is the Meaford BIA, and what a BIA does for a downtown, as well as promotion of Market Square and promotion of some local businesses within the BIA. And that's the update for social media.
Great. All right, the next point on my list here are vendors for the market. Meaford Farmers Market, I have originally was in contact with Jillian and trading back and some emails and phone calls back and forth about having them join us. And then I guess shortly after our last meeting, I got in contact with a new member that I had never spoken with before, Angie Beattie, and she's been the person, my main contact, and I just received an email from her yesterday. So we've been back and forth, and trying to get them to join us, and solving things like putting up tents, where people are going to park, what the content of the market is, that sort of thing. So we spent a fair bit of time going back and forth. The email that came in yesterday said that at this point, due to unforeseen circumstances with the board, they were unable to make it. So they haven't decided whether they're joining us or not. So it's still, that's a big question mark. I'm still hopeful, but I don't know. On the vendors, we have some verbal approvals to join us. Pure Music, Sylvie's, a couple more. We really do need some more primary vendors. The feedback from like sort of the recognizable names like Good Family, who verbally agreed at the start and backed backed out since then, is that they just, they're doing farmers markets on Saturday, either in Toronto or in Collingwood or where have you, and they're just, they just don't have the person power to make that work. So they don't have the extra ability to come to our market. So we are in, I hope everyone has somebody that they know who has something they can sell as a primary vendor. Does anyone have anything, any leads like that at all? Because that's where we are. We're going to do some social media on this, but we need some more primary vendors to make this go.
I have a few leads, David, that
Okay.
I'll reach out to today.
Okay, so I kept an update of that list, that spreadsheet that I was working on with updates, because I did a second email out and some phone calls and stuff, so that we don't overlap unless you happen to know the person, so we're not calling the same people. Try to keep that clear. I'll send that to everyone today, so I'll resend that. Yep.
David, can I just clarify? Primary vendor, am I confused in that it has to be grown or food?
Yeah, that's a farmer's market designation.
Okay.
That's the way they have it set up. So I just was following their lead on this. Yep. So yeah, so that's what we're on for that. I've also been in contact with some restaurants that are in the hood for our event. Fran and Gio and Shay Fields both have agreed to do something that's Market Square related, whether that's just the regular sandwiches they're offering, or again, as I've said before, I've been hard pressed to get myself a female bacon sandwich. That is my motivation through this whole thing, so I have been suggesting that. Hopefully somebody comes up with that so I can, so I know this whole thing has been worthwhile. So if, Megan, if you have something you would like to add to this, some sort of a market meal or market lunch or something like that, that would be great, because that's also very much part of what we're promoting here. So yeah, so that's where we are. We're in desperate need of vendors. Or a solution for me for farmers market would help solve that, and then vendors. So we will we'll keep plugging away at that. The next one is, I don't know if you looked at the application that I sent out. It requested that the vendors supply a copy of their insurance. I think that's like a hurdle that basically says none of these people are going to come out and participate in our market. They just don't have it. They're not going to get it to come to our market. So I'm wondering if we, as a BIA, can purchase some insurance to cover our vendors. Is anyone here in the insurance business can help me out?
I mean, yeah, insurance business is that's going to be a commercial, so that's something I have to pass on.
Okay.
That's something I don't do. I just do personalized, but that's something we can look at. Yes, Shannon?
Janet, if we could defer to you, maybe, and I'm not sure, but we were covered under the municipality as a partner and part of the municipality when we had our Christmas market, and that was a sizable insurance. So perhaps Darcy and Janet, can you ask if it is on municipal property run by the BIA, if that insurance, that same insurance that we had is available?
Yeah, go ahead, Janet.
So when you're looking, the other spot I would say first to look is that, David, when you're talking about primary markets and that, you're looking at registering with Farmers Market Ontario. Part of Farmers Market Ontario, your application and membership includes insurance, because last year when the Farmers Market was held in Market Square, through Farmers Market Ontario, they did do insurance that covered all the vendors. So that would be part of your membership application.
Good to know.
Yeah, so we definitely have to look into that then for the Meaford BIA to have their own insurance. That's what you're saying, Janet.
Well, as part of your cost for membership into Farmers Market Ontario to have this farmers market going, that would be part that you would have insurance part of that piece, as I understand it, because that's how it was set up last year with the Meaford Farmers Market. As far as if that doesn't happen or doesn't have a possibility and looking at other avenues, well then, you know, we investigate more with what Shannon Lee has suggested on how it worked with the Christmas market.
Because we're not going to be part of the farmers market, right, Dave? Like, we're not going to be part of that group with this, or no?
Well, it's, you know, it's nearly impossible, right, to get a straight answer. The health restrictions are changing so often. So we put our application in, but it hasn't followed up at all. And to get your application approved, you need to be able to submit at least some of your vendors, and we haven't had any primary vendors to submit. So it's a catch-22. We can't really get to a part to make that decision because we don't know who our vendors are. So we may not have any primary vendors in one circumstance, and then we would have, you know, restaurants that are setting up food stands and other vendors. So I guess we need to plan for that eventuality.
Right. So with that, we don't know if that's going to be covered under the town then, right, Janet? Is that what we're saying?
No,
same as Chris is in this Christmas market.
I think what we have to look at is what the ultimate of how this market's going to lay out. Like right now, you're going down a path of trying to plan that it would be part of Farmers Market Ontario. That's why you're looking at the primary vendors, because under that guise with the health unit, that it's considered, you know, an essential service with COVID that you can operate. If that's not going to happen and you're not going to have the primary vendors and you're not going to be part of Farmers Market Ontario, you essentially fall within that you're providing an event, which is a very different way to set up. And that means that really the health unit, we need to have them involved in this to figure out what that means, because of it's a different setup.
Okay. So basically we have to get to be the farmer's market, or probably won't be going right now.
Yeah, I mean, it would be helpful if we you know, started to get some bookings for whoever wanted to show, and then we get a sense of, you know, how the market's going to work. I've got to say, I've had far more interest with people setting up booths to sell sandwiches and lunch goods and stuff like that than I have, and other things other than the primary. But anyways, we need to keep it open, because I just can't tell you what the content of our market's going to be at this point.
Okay. All right, then. So our first hurdle here is really to get more producers online and clear and confirmed.
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments, suggestions to add to that? Dave, do you want to continue on?
Well, that insurance, and the last thing was just the, you know, I guess at this point we need to step up like poster production, signage, flags, that sort of thing, sort of marking the start of our market, and the demarcation where our market's going to happen on Friday, so that we don't run into any. So we just give support to the idea that we're blocking a section of the parking lot off. Parking.
Yes, Shannon.
So Dave, should we perhaps be looking at in the interim, because June is just at her heels, and so in my conversations and the paperwork I reviewed from the Grey Bruce Health Unit was a lot of the questions on the form had to do if we were serving meals, which at our Christmas market we were not. So it was really easy peasy. Our municipal insurance covered us as an event. And if we were having Chez Gilles or Geofrans, they will, as a restaurateur, have their own insurance. So perhaps we should I don't know if there's a phone number you can check with the farmer's market application, that one. But maybe we should be doing a little bit of a sidestep.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm ready for sidestep. I'm ready for Jake.
So then, Janet, will you ask Darcy, or shall Dave or I contact him?
Oh, no, I'm happy to follow up and find out what the umbrella is for the municipal one.
All right, and then just as far as if the restaurants are having food, they would have their own insurance. Unlike the ones that are making signs or jewelry or whatever, then that would be covered hopefully as an event thing. My other thought is, so us from work being a sponsor for coffee one day, we're not in the coffee industry, so I wouldn't have insurance for that, but coffee's pretty safe and it's being served out of the town Meaford Hall, correct? Over there. So Janet, serving coffee, is that a fairly easy thing in terms of what could go wrong?
Good question. Not sure. I guess there's lots of things that, you'd have to look at and consider, and lots of things could go wrong. So I think we just have to lay out what exactly everything is going to be in there and understand that, and then figure out what that gets covered under for insurance.
I jump in. I think having talked to Christine from the health department, the issue that she has, as long as if they're a restaurant, whoever's handling the food needs to have their food service certificate, and we would be covered because the people serving the coffee at Meaford Hall are actually Meaford Hall employees, and so they would have that food service handling certificate. So we would be covered for that. So,
Wonderful.
Yeah, I believe that's how that would be handled.
Okay, great. Now, just about the parking in the Market Square, Janet, how are we coming with that, with the coordinating off an area for picnic tables again, with the boxes and tables?
Yeah, so we had met out in the market 2.5 weeks ago. And that was David, Trevor, Pam, and myself to talk about the layout. And what was discussed was, again, looking at that larger area for how it would be barricaded off either permanently or temporarily. And David was looking into getting some permanent barricades that could go in that would have that blocked off for the summer for the more significant portion closer to Syke Street. And I've got confirmed from the municipality that we can provide 4 to 5 picnic benches down there that would have to obviously be moved on Fridays, but they would be on location during the week. And the planters that we provided last year, they could come down as well and be offered. So it's just a matter of what the barricades would be between that and what you want to do with that.
Yeah, well, I think the big thing is to really get them down there and make them look nice, and to have our area off, and whether we have to have anything between them or not is another issue. It just applies another spot for people to go and sit, especially with the restaurants being closed. Yes, Shannon, did you want to add to that?
I was reading through your information, Janet, and although it's not pretty, I think as a startup, a get going, we should just use the pylons and barricade bars for areas that we don't want parking in. But I would recommend that it be done on the Thursday evening after people are like closer to 5 o'clock, because some people do get down there and park early Friday mornings. We found that for Scarecrow when I needed to have it barricaded off for VIP parking. So again,
yeah, I think we're looking at making it permanent for the summer. So it's an area like last year for them to go and sit, I think is what we're working towards.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion on the Market Square? What do we need to do going forward from here now, Dave? Anything else besides making sure insurance and getting vendors or getting posters?
Yeah, posters and flags. I mean, whatever else is on that spreadsheet for that.
So do you need anybody to help with getting posters and flags? Like Susan has lots of contacts, maybe for the posters. I know the town has contacts. What do you need help with?
If you have any suggestions for that, please. Yeah, I don't have any contacts for that at all. So.
Well, what do you, Suzanne? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm unmuted now. Yeah, I do have some contacts. One specifically is the cheapest one that I use, which is in North York. So that's easy enough to send them an e-file and get it printed. We could have it in 2 or 3 days, and they're cheap. So
if you could forward me that would be great.
Yep.
And the flags, we get our flags from the Flags Unlimited in Barrie usually, Janet?
For our banners and stuff, we price around to a number of different vendors for cost efficiency.
Now, do we need to do that as a BIA for statutory reasons to have so many quotes? No, right? I don't think we do.
Yeah, I'm not sure how for the BIA it's set up. I mean, it's always obviously a good thing because you guys have a budget that's very rigid as far as what you want to achieve. So certainly, obviously, pricing around to make sure you're getting your bucks going the farthest is always a good idea.
Yeah. So I don't know if Janet, you can exploit David with information on flags he wants or where to go for quotes. Be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Anything else that we're missing, that I'm missing, that anybody's missing right now? So definitely reach out to anybody want to volunteer. I mean, Dave, you need anything, let me know. If anybody else, can help out, please get the posters up. If we get them printed, be glad to help put some up and make sure we share the link for the events on everybody's Facebook pages and get it out there. It'd be greatly appreciated.
Sorry, may I ask, is anyone here potentially visiting the farmers market in Owen Sound or Collingwood on the weekend? Could we put together a little invitation for those vendors? I don't think it's a conflict to say, hey, this is a Saturday event. If you're not doing anything on Friday, we're doing this, and give them a copy of our poster and see if we can. Because they're really hard to find. They're so focused on markets, not reaching the public.
Right.
Well,
Is it possible that we contact the Collingwood or Owen Sound farmers markets directly and ask them to spread the word with their vendors?
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea, Susan. I know someone who's a producer who I mentioned I'll reach out to, and she's new to Meaford. And she was suggesting to me that it's actually quite difficult to become a vendor at the Owen Sound Farmers Market because there's so much competition and so many vendors that are well established. Yeah. And so if we contact the Owen Sound Farmers Market, they might even have a list of applications that have been made to them that they haven't been able to take on. So they might even have contacts for us of people who are eager and ready to be involved in a market.
All right, so who would like to do that? You want to do that then, Rachel or David, or have those contacts? Want to reach out to them?
I can reach out to the Owen Sound Farmers Market. Okay.
And anybody have any contacts for the Collingwood one? I've never been over to that one, so.
I know somebody that has been a vendor there. I could ask them for contact info.
Okay, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Okay.
David, do you know who runs the little one that's at Thornbury, just past the lights, and it's always a traffic congestion because that is so busy?
Sunday afternoon, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's in the park on the grass?
Yeah.
That's the one I don't know. One of the guys there makes a great sandwich, and I do know that for
Sorry.
Is it female bacon?
Yeah, probably.
I love the idea of the female bacon. I think that's great.
Oh,
Another
I'm-
Toronto transplant, you can tell.
Yeah.
Well, you know, something else thinking of it, I don't know if Katie Market has anything we could use, but
Oh, boy.
whether we're getting, what's that? Were we getting too far astray? I don't know.
Worth a shot.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. I'll see what I can dig up in Katie Market then. Can somebody look into the Thornbury Market? I don't even know. I can see if I can find something, but we'll go from there. Okay?
Yep.
Good. Moving on. Reports from the chair. That's me, sorry. Not a lot to report. We've been definitely working through the COVID. Again, thank you for the staff for making this meeting happen at the municipal level. It's great that we're moving forward. Hopefully be in a good position when things do open up. More people getting the shot, that things hopefully in June, you know, the restrictions will be reduced, we're hoping. So things are looking good right now. So we're definitely setting ourselves up for hopefully good position for growth. There's a couple new businesses downtown, or one new business downtown opened up in May, the Refillery. Was there anything else that opened up? Does anybody know? I mean, we haven't been doing our welcome gifts because COVID, staying home, have flowers to get out, but we'll have to do that later on.
Maggie and Dick's, did you mention them?
No, what's Maggie and Dick's?
It's cute little shop where Harbor Microtrends was.
Okay, no, haven't been down that way at all. I haven't been downtown hardly at all, so.
She used to, she used to have just an online shop in a little space above her horse barn out in Sydenham, but now she's decided to open a retail location as well. So it's gifty, lots of gifty ideas.
Very good. Very good. So there's a few new businesses downtown opening up. We should be trying to support each other. So if they want to hopefully be able to get down there and introduce a BA one of these days. Okay, council's not online. I don't see. Oh, Megan, go ahead.
I'm here. Can you hear me, Trevor? It's Pam.
Yeah, I hear you, Pam. I was looking for Tony first.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure what, my computer's being weird today. I don't know if I'm on video with you guys or not at all.
Anyways, Megan, did you want to say something?
I just have a quick question in regards to the new businesses opening. If we've been able to get down and send them their welcome flowers, the physio, the Refillery, Maggie and Dick's when they open.
No, that's what I just said. We have to get down and introduce ourselves. I haven't been able to do that due to the COVID. Didn't want to, and time opening. So
phoned Nancy to order those.
Yeah, we could do that. I was just waiting, hopefully, to do a personal delivery, but we'll get something to them.
Well, I can deliver them if I have the okay to purchase.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have the okay to purchase them. Yes, Shannon?
I think as well, Megan, if you're doing the delivery, there should be perhaps a flyer regarding our website that they provide their name to get their business listed.
Sure.
Yep. Yes, Rachel?
So all these businesses have been reached out through email about providing their information, and the Refillery has already submitted. There's also another new business over by me across from the library called La Apothecare Botanique. It's an herbalist, so she's a new business as well. Just wanted to put that out there, and she's also on the online listing on the website.
Yeah, she's got her.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, Megan, if you want to do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Looks like you need about 5 though by now. Rachel said she didn't get one, by the way. Okay, staff. Janet, did you have anything to add right now?
Yeah, I can give you an update on a couple of things that are happening. One, the outdoor patios for the restaurant. So we've organized and set a date of May 26th to get the concrete jersey barriers installed. I want to get a news release out later this week to make as many people aware of it as possible. So it's not a surprise when they start to see the barriers going in. We're organizing to have the barriers go in an evening, so not to disrupt traffic and movement that quickly, but that's kind of exciting. So then you'll be able to start to see some of the restaurant patios hopefully follow shortly after that, and people on them and enjoying them if everything opens up the way our fingers are crossed will happen. I wanted to give an update too for the Smith Tire site. So that demolition and creating a parking lot there is going to start in June. So the contractor's in place. The work has to be done before the end of June, and it's expected that once they're in there, it'll take them about a week to 2 weeks maximum to get that project and work done. So that's coming soon, which is a great asset for the downtown. And then the other thing, I know people are probably watching with Sykes Street with the construction, because that's going to be ramping up starting in June. So Enbridge is anticipating to finish their work over the next week. And then pre-construction activities will start to happen with the contractor towards the end of May, with them ramping up to start construction in June. So those are my updates at the moment.
Thank you very much. Pam, for the chamber.
Yes, sorry, when you said from council, I was confused and I was thinking chamber earlier. Okay, so from the chamber, the Dragon's Den is intended to be live on the 4th of November, and Scott Gooch is really hoping that that's going to go forward as a live event. Better participation than the Zoom last year. Also, Kim wanted me to pass on, she does produce the chamber chat email once a week. If any business that's a member wants to advertise, it's free advertising, and her distribution list is over 700 people. So just so you know, that's a really good way to get some ads out. The online auction is happening now. She's looking for donations from local businesses. If you can contribute something from your business. And then the next after 5 is the 22nd of June at 5 o'clock, and it will be on Zoom as well. So far, that's the plan. And it's being hosted by haveone.com. And that's all I have from the chamber. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Lee. So that's good. So yeah, definitely we have to get some stuff or anything else over to Kim. David would be great for this Market Square, or Rachel, anything we can add to her page would be good for us with 700 people receiving that plus. So
yeah, sorry, Trevor. Sorry to interrupt, Trevor. I forgot one more point. The community awards presentation are scheduled for July 1st.
Oh, great. Yes. Susan, no, okay, Susan, you're not raising your hand. Okay, good. Paid parking program. I think everybody's seen the news on that. They're restricting that to Memorial Park. Janet, and I don't know, how's that being enforced? Do you know? Or what the whole...
As far as for at Memorial Park?
Yes.
There'll be staffs working on signage and that, and our bylaw will be in place to help support the implementation of the program at Memorial Park.
Good. Is there anybody else has a discussion on the paid parking program? The council's definitely scaled it back from what it was for the pilot project. So I'll open the floor up. Any other items for discussion? Want to bring up any other members? Want to bring up anything else to add to the next meeting going forward? Yes, Suzanne?
I just wanted to say that we did reach out to the Blue Jays, but we didn't get a response regarding the AstroTurf, probably because they're not in town. So anyhow, maybe next.
Well, that's good. That's fine. No. So it is. Alrighty. Anything else? We made it through this one pretty good. As I said, I think we're narrowed our focus down pretty good to the Market Square. We're moving forward with that. So if we need anything, please. Yes, Rachel? Did you?
I just wanted to update everybody on the Mural Project that the BIA decided to fund. It was a bit of a non-starter, so I just wanted everyone to be in the know about that, and we maybe consider that nixed from our budget.
Okay, very good. Yes, did you raise your hand there, Shannon? It's all right.
No, I was scratching
No?
my head.
Oh, so that's good. So the event committee that Janet is chairing also is having an open forum. What date was that, Janet?
June 7th. We're planning for June 7th.
June 7th. So it's going to be an open forum for an event discussion with the community. You want to elaborate on that some more?
Yeah, so we want to get the invites out next week to all of the different event organizers that we know are out there. Because we know we've got about 75 events that get hosted through a typical year in the municipality by about 30 different organizers. And I'm sure that as we talk more about this, we'll get that inventory growing or even tighter than what we know right now. The meeting is to have the different event organizers come together and just talk about as far as how do we, where are people's heads at for hosting events, what kind of resources do they think they need and challenges that they are going to be facing. I'm excited because at the event I will have the health unit. Christine has agreed to be present at that meeting because I think that COVID and trying to plan events, much like what we've talked about here, that health requirements become a really important part of planning, and what resources do you need to know and activate in order to be successful and safe in these current times. So that's planned, and we're hoping for a good turnout and at least start the discussion and move forward and see how we can be more collaborative in supporting events in our community.
Yeah, I think that goes right from us as well as the BIA, Chamber, big organizations to help start to support each other, because 75 events in town that we should be taking advantage of as a BIA when they come to town to hopefully bring them downtown. I see this as a really good opportunity to make our brand aware too and getting out there more. I think is good. Okay, anything else? I'm happy. Next meeting is June 16th. And imagine it will be Zoom as well, unless things change drastically. So adjournment of the meeting. Anybody want to? Suzanne, David, all in favor? Okay, I can't see Rachel or Megan. Yep. Everybody's good. So we'll see everybody on June 16th. If you need anything, please definitely reach out to Hannah for next meeting to be added. And thank you very much. Have a lovely day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.